Does losing your virginity hurt really bad? Use a condom, use lube, and do foreplay first. The more relaxed you can be, the less it will hurt. Go slow, there's no need to rush. When easy enough, him take a minute or two to let you get adjusted before any movement. Assuming you're a woman, right? It can be uncomfortable. It's important that you have a partner who will understand and be gentle. I've heard lots of horror stories, but it wasn't bad for me at all personally. It felt more like bad cramps afterwards. No, you might be a little sore afterwards. If you're with someone you're into and comfortable with, then you will probably enjoy it. Be safe and use condoms. Lubricated condoms help. It really varies a lot person to person. In some cases, it barely feels like anything. For other people, it's very painful. It does get easier the more you do it. From a discomfort perspective, if your partner is careful and responsive to your feedback about what hurts and what doesn't. Mostly, it feels like pressure and then a bit of a rip. You should take an ibuprofen after and maybe wait a day or two to heal up before you do it again. Apparently for women it can vary from nothing to quite uncomfortable. I have never heard of really bad pain. I remember being like, ooh okay, this is a little uncomfortable, slightly painful for the first few seconds, and then that feeling passed, and I remember not really having a huge opinion on it, haha. Like it didn't hurt, but it didn't feel amazing, it just kinda was a new sensation. As I understood my own body more and what I find pleasurable, it only got better. Losing my virginity was a lot like my first hockey game. I was tired, sore, sweaty, and a little bloody, but at least my dad came. It might be uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful if that makes sense. It's incredibly important to be with someone you trust, who knows your boundaries and will take it slow for you. If your partner doesn't take their time with you when you feel rushed, it will be painful for you. The first time can be so nerve-wracking, but I promise you will be okay. The partner I lost my virginity to was incredibly kind and understanding. He knew it was my first time. He asked me if I had used any toys or anything before, and he was very slow and understanding with everything. He told me to tell him if anything hurt or if I felt uncomfortable. I suggest a lot of foreplay. Have your partner finger you before actual intercourse. That could help. Add pain is probably an underlying issue. It was painful as for me. I'm 40 years old and still remember that pain like yesterday. I'm jealous of these other women saying it doesn't hurt. 40 man here, I'll let you know when it happens. As a woman, it did for me, and without giving too much info, it won't go in the first try and took days before penetration worked. My friend also had to go to a gynecologist because she was very closed. It depends on people, because some people say it's okay for them to. Honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but those 5 seconds of pain was hell. It was the most gut-wrenching pain of my entire life. Just take it very slowly and you'll be fine. After losing it, nothing hurts, and if it does, see someone. Didn't let him hurry. Lots of foreplay to get you lubricated. Don't rush. Use a condom and lube. It's more of a pressure than a pain, but it only takes once. When I was a young man, I lost my virginity to a girl who was also a virgin. We really took our time, lots of foreplay, and she wanted to go 2 more times. A couple years later I ended up unknowingly with another virgin. Again, no rush. She said it was the best day of her life. Really take your time, and make sure that you're clocking at 1000 desire, then go really slow and easy, and it could be great. He has to pay attention to you every step of the way. It's a beautiful process, not a finish line. Some people never have any pain, some can feel it. It just depends on your body. With proper preparation, it shouldn't be unbearable. For me, there were moments it was a bit uncomfortable and I was definitely sore after, but otherwise it was okay. I did bleed like my first 3 times though, even if it didn't hurt. For men, no. I think relaxing makes it less painful, but it's not easy to relax that area when you are tense and nervous. It only hurts a lot if the guy doesn't know what he's doing. It might feel a bit uncomfortable the very first time, but it definitely shouldn't hurt. If it hurts, he's doing it wrong and you should tell him to stop straight away. He needs to spend a long time, like several hours, warming you up with massage, oral and fingering before even trying to do PIV. Some girls won't be ready for PIV after the first time, so he will need to do it over a few days or more. My last girlfriend was a virgin and was very petite, so she was extremely tight. In the beginning I couldn't even get my little finger inside her, so I would spend hours massaging her, giving her oral and very slowly and gently fingering her. I did this daily for a few weeks until I could finally get 2 or 3 fingers inside her, and only then did I even try to do PIV very slowly, and when we finally had sex it didn't hurt her at all. If a guy is not willing to spend this kind of time and effort to giving you a good first experience, don't waste your time on him. First time was definitely painful for me, had some blood too. Sore afterwards for a day or two. I was in high school, and when you're in high school dongers seem like big dongers until you're not in high school and you see grown-up dongers. I remember thinking boy, this is gonna hurt. It didn't hurt. It didn't feel like much of anything. Hurt for me, and it's a weird feeling. It's not pain like you might be used to. It depends on if your partner is considerate of your enjoyment or if he's just a prick who only cares about getting himself off. That's why I think hookup culture is a terrible thing for virgin women. Make her first time special, and do it with someone who cares about you. For a man, it won't hurt at all. Quite the opposite. So I think the priority should be you, and it should be you in control. For me personally, it did hurt quite a lot, even though I definitely already tore my hymen years earlier and masturbated regularly. I had hoped it was just a first-time thing, but it took me around 10 times of vaginal penetration until it wasn't as painful anymore. Lol.